Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Chances are you are sitting on a gold mine of content, freebie, and offer ideas that you're not even aware of. For myself, I know that what I'm sharing in this video has become a multi-six-figure asset in my business. So the bad news is that you have not been leveraging that for yourself so far. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own expertise map. That's a little hint of what I'm talking about here, and how you can use it to create a massively profitable business. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Haley Dale and I am a content strategist helping you create more profitable, productive, and purposeful content. So if that sounds like something that you're looking for, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below this video for more value-packed videos just like this one I'm about to share with you every single Monday. I have a signature program, Your Content, Your Empire, which I created in my very first year of business, and that's not to say that it hasn't gotten better and better every time that I revise and revamp it. I don't think any program that you create is ever okay to just be like, here it is, it's never changing. Could you imagine? So the reason I share this is because the last time that I was revamping the course, I needed a way to visually represent all of my ideas and all of the things I know about in deciding what to include in the signature course. After all, a signature course is what you're known for, and I wanted to make sure that it was a great representation of what I'm all about, what I use in my agency, and what I use with my clients, what I use in my own business, so that it could properly help people create their own content empires, hence the name, Your Content, Your Empire. So I came up with a process to help me visually map those things, and I call it my expertise map. What is expertise mapping? Well, it's a method of cataloging your areas of expertise or developing expertise. So you're going through the process of documenting all the things you do in your business, all the things you're curious about in your business, and all the things you know in your business, and then grouping them together so that you can easily see your areas of expertise. Like I mentioned in the intro to this video, this expertise map has helped me create multi-six figures through the years in my business, and it is a living document that I can continue to come back again and again. I use it for everything from creating my content calendar for the next quarter, to creating a new program, to revamping Your Content, Your Empire for the umpteenth time, as we're underway right now of doing a refresh version to match the new brand. So I wanted to introduce you to expertise mapping. It is something that I helped my students with. I introduced the concept to them last year, and it's something that they have used to create this resource and asset in their business that they can continue to come back to. I want to cover 4 ways to use our expertise map. So I have a picture of it here. This is what it looks like. And I also have a template that you can download below this video if you want to get creating your own. But 4 ways to use it once you do create it, because it's not going to do you any good if you go through the process of creating it and then you never use it. So number 1, it's going to help you really design and articulate your signature process. By documenting all the things that you do in your business, you're going to be able to put it together in a way that creates that signature process. Like for me with sales funnels, I have a signature process where we build it in 4 phases. We have the kickoff phase where we design the strategy of the funnel. We have the freebie phase where we do everything to do with the freebie. We have the offer phase, which includes auditing the sales page or creating it, doing the email sequence, the follow-up email sequence, and then building everything. And then finally the traffic phase, because what good is a funnel if we're not driving traffic to it consistently? So that is my 4-step signature process for creating sales funnels. So that is just one of the processes that has come out of my expertise map. Second, anytime you're creating a new offer. So if you know that, hey, the quarter is coming up, I'd like to run a sale on something. Oh, last time I already talked about this. Can I create something new? By going to your expertise map, once it's created, you're going to be able to find ideas and find things that you could create an offer around. Next up is market research. An expertise map allows you to compare what you do against what other solutions are out there on the industry. So it's not a matter of comparing yourself against others and finding yourself coming up short. It's more of a matter of finding the pieces of your process that are unique that you can highlight in your marketing to help you differentiate yourself from other people. So to go back to my funnel example, one of the things that makes us really unique is the fact that we do a testing protocol. We don't just hand you your funnel when it's done and say, good luck, peace out, you're on your own. We run a testing protocol so that we can make sure that it is converting at the highest rate possible. We optimize the subject lines, we optimize the call to actions, we even optimize the offer. We have realized that the client's offer wasn't the right fit for their audience, so we do some tweaking there too. But on the flip side of that, not a lot of other people are doing that. So that is something through this process that I was able to identify to really highlight in our marketing. So instead of just getting a funnel, you're also getting one that has an ROI, and usually the ROI is within the time that we're finished working together. The next thing is, and this is fairly obvious, is content planning. So when you're stuck for an idea, you can go to your expertise map, hone in on one category or subject, and come up with a ton of questions related to that topic. It really helps you make sure that you have an equal representation of everything that you talk about in your business, and gives you some ideas that you can start creating content around. So there are many ways to use your expertise map, but those are 4 of my favorites. Okay, so the main event. How the heck do you create your own expertise map? Well, just like there's 4 of my favorite ways to use it, there are also 4 steps to creating it too. So step number 1 is to identify your main content categories. I think that this can be one of the easiest places to start. You may be able to come up with a ton of ideas right out the gate, and if you do, then by all means, skip this step. Just write down any ideas that come to mind. But if you're a little bit stuck, I find what's helpful is to think about, what are the main things I talk about in my business? What are the main content categories? If I was creating categories on my blog, or you might already have them there, those can become your main branches of your expertise map. So for myself, this includes content strategy, sales funnels, launches, and content systems, hence the productive, profitable, and purposeful content that I help people create. So think about, what are those main categories that I'm creating content around already? And that's step number 1, writing those puppies down. Step number 2, underneath each of those main categories, and I recommend setting like a 10-minute timer for each, just to do a proper brain dump and set some constraints and some time limits around it. But I want you to take each main category that you came up with, and I want you to brainstorm everything that comes to mind underneath that topic. I want you to list there everything you know a lot about, anything you know a little bit about. So if it's something that you don't use every single day, it can be something that's a developing area of expertise, something that you want to learn more about. And you could also give yourself a ranking on how well you know it, and give yourself a score there that to use only internally. So brainstorm all of the things you know underneath those areas. So within each of those categories, what are the things that you already talk about? What are the things that you do? What are the things you know a lot about? And what are the things you know a little bit about? Write down every single thing, as much as you can get onto paper in front of you. And then step 3, once you have this massive list, or actually massive lists, because you've done multiple content categories there, I want you to take some time to organize these categories. So take everything that you've written down. I want you to group them together. There might be things like underneath one of my categories, which would be sales funnels. I talk about how to validate your freebie, how to choose your freebie, how to design your freebie, how to write your freebie, these freebie kits that I have in my content bank. And so within my subcategories underneath those main content categories, I can have a minor category around your funnel freebie. And that kind of groups everything together under that. So I want you to do a little bit of organization and identifying some subcategories that can group some of these random ideas together so that they're a bit more organized there. Step number 4, use it regularly for maximum ROI, because I don't want you to go through this process of creating this expertise map and never using it. So I like to update it regularly. I make sure that I'm visiting it like every quarter, every month. Anytime I finish a new course or go to a conference, I like to add to it. Just anytime I'm really doing kind of a business reflection, since it is one of the main assets in my business, I make sure as the CEO of my business that I'm coming back and visiting this asset. When we talk about having content empires, it's really because we choose to see our content as an asset in our business. So some ways to use your content expertise map after you've created it: content planning, like I mentioned, developing a new offer, During guest expert interviews is a great place to use it. So if you're struggling with something to talk about, or you get to pitch your own topic, you can go to that expertise map and pull a topic from there. Developing a new freebie, this can be a great way to identify a topic that's juicy enough to create a signature, or as I like to call it, a flagship freebie for the start of your funnel. Creating your systems, right? So because you have all of these things you do documented in your expertise map, it can also be a great starting place for your operating manual. So any of the systems and stuff that you're going to start delegating, can you create step-by-step processes under each of these items? And obviously you wouldn't do all of them, but the things that you find yourself doing again and again in your business, can you create a system around it so that you can maybe delegate it to somebody else? Or even if you're not at the stage yet of delegating, so that you can come back to it without needing to figure it all out again, figure out all the steps again. You won't be starting from scratch. So if you're ready to create your own expertise map, I want to encourage you to download my expertise map template below this video. Share in the comments what your main content categories are, or any questions you have about expertise mapping. It's one of my favorite topics ever because of what a difference it's made in my business. And then if you found this video useful, please make sure to subscribe or like it down below this video, and I will be posting new videos every single Monday. So I'll see you next Monday.